was strictly a management position. The incumbent had been there for 25 years before he resigned a year early, but he'd been there for 25 years, didn't have a high school education. Not a high school education. And then when he resigned a year early to give the chosen one a chance to get a year of training, on-the-job training, he was an attorney. So now the qualification, you go from, not a high school education, but now you got to be an attorney to be a clerk of the court. Well, no. It is purely a management position. That's all it is. And I've been managing for 35 years at the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So needless to say, you didn't get the...
I didn't win it, no. Because the undercurrent was that, I heard that was that Prince William County was not going to have a black clerk of the court. Bottom line. This was 91.
Now, just for historical content, when we talk about West, we're talking about Haymarket, Gainesville, Bristow, that area, and Manassas Park. Okay. And that was more rural, right?
Yes,
than here, more farms and things like that.
Yeah, and less densely populated. See, the population more dense on the east side.
So you came to Prince William County in
I came in 1979.
Okay.
With the notion of spending 3 years and rotating out, and then retired.
So you decide to stay in Prince William County. Do you buy a house? How was housing?
Well, I bought a house when I first came here.
So how was that? Did you have problems?
No, I didn't have a problem with that. In 79, I didn't have a problem with that. Of course, I was kind of limited by money anyway, so.
Were there only certain sections you could buy in?
Yeah, money wasn't that long. So.
It was more money than racism, or a little bit both?
Probably both. Both.
Yeah. If they're spray painting that across your...
That's right.
Right, yeah. So what other positions did you hold in Prince William County?
Well, I was the first black to be appointed to serve on the Park Authority Board of Directors. I did that for 2 years before being appointed to the Joe City Sanitary District as administrator. That was a very important position because the Park Authority, as you may know, was that set the policy and managed all the parks and recreation centers in the county except the Dale City one. So I was privileged to be a part of the expansion of the parks system here in the county.
Now, prior to the Civil Rights Act, I assumed that all parks and recreation here, that it was segregated, was it?
I would think so.
Okay.
I would think, but I don't know.
But when you took over, what were the parks like?
They were not segregated. You could go over to the parks, yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't any issues there.
No.
And then you did some work with the school board. Tell us about that.
Well, the school board, I was elected to the school board in 1996. 95 was election, sworn in 96. On the school board, I was the initiator of the change in the way we divided the revenues between the school division and the county government. Prior to the elected school boards, the county always took 51% of the general revenues and 49% went to the school division. Well, I said, to me, that's not the best way to spend the taxpayers' money. I thought that the best way to spend the taxpayers' money was for the funds to be divided upon priority needs. Who needs the most? What are the needs? And so as a result, they formed a committee to study it, and they turned out that they changed the formula to the school division got 53.75% and the county got 46.25%. And it is on a 5-year cycle, 5-year basis. So every 5 years they review it and make any adjustments as necessary. Second thing, I introduced uniforms in the school for the middle school and the elementary schools. Now, we had to do it on a voluntary basis because my fellow school board members did not could not stand the uproar of some of the parents about putting the kids in a uniform.
Hold that thought.